If you're new to TradingView and you're feeling overwhelmed by all the buttons and tools, in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know step by step so you can start using TradingView like a pro by the end of this video. I'm going to walk you through all the buttons and things that I think are important and the things that I think you can ignore. And then we're actually going to get into the chart and start drawing up some examples of how you can actually use TradingView. So we'll break it into two different parts today. All right, so starting over here on the left, the crosshair is what I would recommend. You can also use dots and arrows, but that's just basically how you navigate the screen and you can see the cursor with the lines. So that's what I would recommend. The second one is your trendline tools. So anything that you find you're using regularly, you can add it to favorites. So that's what this star is over here. And that is going to actually put it on this little toolbar that's going to stay up on the screen for easy accessibility. So that's trendlines tools there. The next one, Fibonacci, I don't really use any of this. I don't think it's necessary for becoming a profitable trader, so I ignore that one. Same with the next one. There's different Elliott wave patterns and things like that. I don't use any of those. This one right here, the projection tool, very important. Long position and short position. I highly recommend that you use these. This is what's going to help you manage your risk, know how much size to use in your trading, and make sure that you can manage risk appropriately. So favorite those, and then anchored VWAP is a big part of my trading strategy, so I definitely add that to my favorites. Going on from there, you have different brushes that are available. The rectangle tool is something that I use extensively, so I will show you that. The brush and the circle or ellipse or whichever ones you like, those are helpful if you're marking off maybe a trading plan for the day. Like you want to mark off different areas of interest that you're looking for. So you can figure out which ones you like to use there. Text and notes. Call out, this is helpful if maybe you're writing up some notes at the end of the day and you want to put in a note about like why you took this trade and maybe make some notes about it and then take a screenshot for later to save it. So that might be helpful on the call outs. You can do different smileys, emojis. There's a measurement tool, zoom in, zoom out. One tip on measurement tools, if you didn't know this, if you hold down the shift button while you drag your mouse, you can measure without having to grab one of those tools on the left-hand side. Just push shift and then drag your mouse, and that'll tell you how much, like in this case, it tells me I went down 99 points and 18 bars. That was an hour and 30 minutes of price action on that measurement. So that's a pretty handy tool. And then another thing that I tend to use is hide all drawings. So let's say you've got a whole bunch of lines, you have a whole bunch of stuff that you've been drawing, you're doing all this, and your chart's starting to look messy and you want to be able to see price action a little bit more clearly. You can click on hide and it's going to bring it back to a blank screen just for you to maybe get a good look at the chart, and then you can show your drawings again. So I'm going to go ahead and right click here and remove those drawings. So that's a good fast way you can clear out your screen again. All right, so that's the left side. Up here on the top, you can change the time. So you can look at 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, however you like it. You can also change, again, add to favorites the time intervals that you like to pay attention to. So maybe you don't like the 5 minute chart, but you like the 3 minute chart. So whichever ones you favorite, that's what's going to show up here on that toolbar, and different time ranges there. This is the type of candles that you like. So you can change it to bars, you can change it to a line graph. I like candles, so that's what I leave it on. Indicators here. So this, again, you can add it to favorite. So let's type in, like I like to use VWAP. So I'm going to type in VWAP. You can type in EMA, or you can type in SMA, whatever type of indicators you want to be adding to your chart. So let's do VWAP, and then just like some of the other stuff, you can add it to your favorites. And then when you come back up here to indicators, click on this little drop down here, and there's your favorites. So they're easy to find, and you can add those to your chart. So I'm going to add my visible range volume profile. I'm going to add my volume weighted average. I'm going to add my session volume profile. And all of these are going to be over here on your indicators. If you want to turn off your indicator, come over here to this hide, and it's going to hide the indicators that maybe you don't want to be using at that point so that your chart doesn't get too cluttered. And then if you want to turn it back on and change the settings, click on this right here, and you can change, maybe you want to change the style and maybe make it white and yellow instead of pink and blue. So those are different things you can do to change your indicators. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn those off so they're out of the way for now. The last thing that I'll show you up here on the top is bar replay. If you do have the paid version of TradingView, bar replay is definitely helpful for studying price action and like learning your strategy. So you can go back in time, select a date, maybe a couple weeks ago, and it's gonna go back so that you don't have a bias for like price action that's already happened. It's gonna delete the previous price action so you can view it in real time. So let me go actually to current price action and click play, and you can see it basically live, and you can adjust the speed here so you can watch it play out in real time. All right, so last thing I'll show you up here on the top, I know I just said that, but you can save this as a template. So I have this just labeled as test, but you can click save. And that way, if you log into your TradingView account on any other computer, mobile device, whatever, it's gonna show this template that you have saved. So however you set up your chart, it's gonna be available anywhere you trade. So save that there. And then we'll go over settings later. Let's go down to the right column here. So on this side, you can create your watch list. So I watch MNQ, ES, gold. If you want to add anything, click on this right here. And let's say, I don't know, I want to do NQ instead of MNQ. So I can click on that, and then I can add it, and it's going to add it to my watch list so you can see it there. You can also create others. So I have a watch list there. You can do like crypto or whatever. So you can create multiple different watch lists and see what you're looking for. And then if you want to delete it, you can delete it there. If you want to make this bar go away so you have a little bit of a bigger view for your screen here, just click it and it'll go away. So next thing, alerts. This is something that I use often. I'll show you how to create that. Let's say, for example, if you're watching this chart right here, and if it comes up to this level, you want to take a short. So on your screen, click on this plus, and you can add an alert at that line. So as soon as price hits that line, if it's going to, it's going to show a little notification, and it's going to alert you that it's hit that level. You can even create notifications to go to your phone or different settings. So you can be notified if you're away from your computer, and that's something that I do often. And then the rest of this stuff over here, object tree, chats, there's like news, screeners, calendars, things like that. I think that's all noise. I don't pay attention to any of that there. But this is where your alerts are gonna show up, and you can get rid of them when you're done. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Moving over here to how you can adjust your screen. So if you drag the bottom here, you can see that that zooms in and zooms out. If you drag up and down here, it zooms in and zooms out there. And then let's say you get your screen all wonky and you are totally messed up. You can double click over here and it's gonna bring it back to a good level. And then you'll notice that kind of locks it in place. So when I double clicked there, now if I do this, it's gonna keep everything square. It's gonna adjust the top and the bottom when I zoom here. If you want to unlock that lock that you've created for yourself, come back up and zoom here manually, and it's going to unlock it. All right, last thing I want to get into is how the canvas start part is set up, and then I'll kind of get into some of the favorites for the indicators and how I set up my toolbar. So if you right click here, you can go to settings, or you can also access it up here on settings right there. But this is going to allow you to create different colors and settings for how your canvas looks. So I personally like a solid black background. Some people like it to be gray or white. You can adjust that however you want it to be. The crosshair, which is kind of the cursor that moves around, you can adjust the color on that. I like yellow because I can see it a little bit better. The watermark. So if I move this over here, you can see right now it says MNQ, and you can take that off if you don't want it to be there. You can also adjust the opacity. So if you want it to be very obvious and very clear, a little bit easier to see, or a little bit more like faded. And then you can adjust the size of the text. So you can see over there on the right, it's size 12 right now. If you want it to be bigger, you can do that. So just kind of navigate how you like it to look visually. The symbol, so this is going to be your candlesticks. If you want these, some people like them to be all gray so that you can't really tell the difference in the red, white, the red and the green. Some people change them all to green, to gray, so you can change those colors. Also, like I said before, if you change the black background to a white background, you're probably going to want to change the colors of your candles so you can see them better. So that's up to you. Electronic trading hours versus regular trading hours. So regular trading hours is going to take away all the evening price action overnight. It's just going to be the New York trading session, versus electronic trading hours is going to show everything. And then you can adjust your time zone to where you live as well. So those are the main things that I would recommend you pay attention to here. And then you can change these as different templates if you want to have like a dark template, a light template, or however you want to change that. All right, so that is how you change the canvas. Now I want to get into the favorites toolbar. So once you've figured out the types of things that you use often and you want to add them to your favorites, you can even take it a step further and change, save some of these as templates. So let me use the horizontal array as an example. So I often mark my levels for like 15-minute opening range, 60-minute initial balance, Asia high, Asia low, things like that. So I have a lot of levels that I mark, and I save them all as a template. So when I come in here to this horizontal array, you can come up here to this toolbar that pops up, and you can see here the templates that I have saved. So let's say this was the 15-minute opening range high. I can come back to my favorites toolbar again, click again, and that'll be my 15-minute opening range low. And you can see what that does is it adds the text over here so that I know what all these lines represent. So to show you how I do that, come back here to my horizontal array, put in a line, and then I'm going to come into settings, and I'm going to put in my whatever word I want it to be. I can change the color of the line. Maybe I want this one to be yellow. And then when I come into here, templates, save as, and this is going to be my test line, and I'm going to click save and OK. So now every time I come in here to my horizontal array tool, again, I click it, I can come into my saved ones, and I'll come down here to test. And it's always going to be available for me to use. All right. So I do the same thing with my rectangle tool. If I want to draw a specific support and resistance level that I'm watching, instead of just having it be a rectangle, I extend it out to the left and the right. So I come up here to the settings, and I extend it right and extend it left. Normally, the default is going to look like this, where it's just a rectangle tool. But I have my thing saved to be a scope, so it's going to show the whole support and resistance level across, extended left and right, so I can see that whole zone. I do the same thing with if I'm watching a fair value gap. So let me click on this, and I'll change it to my template for fair value gap, and it's just going to show that level that I'm watching. Let me actually show you a real fair value gap so you can see, get a better example of what I'm looking for. Let's see right here. So I'm going to mark off that little level, and then come into my templates, fair value gap. So then it labels it FVG. So different things that you use often, you can save them in your templates. All right, so here's your favorites bar down here. And then once you use something, like let's say I put in my anchored VWAP there, come into settings on that particular item, and you can change your colors and adjustments here and then save it as a template. All right, well, hopefully that helps you guys just kind of get some of the basic understanding of TradingView and just feel a little bit more confident with all the features and the buttons. If you have any questions at all and want more clarification on anything, comment below. Like this video, because that definitely gives me more motivation to put out videos like this that help you guys, and subscribe so that you can get more notifications. All right, talk to you later.